Carpenter ants are some of the world's most abundantly diverse and widespread ants. Belonging to the genus Camponotus, there are over 1,000 species spread across the globe. In North America and many other parts of the world, they're notorious as house pests, as many species nest in rotting wood, making many of them a significant domestic pest. However, not all species nest in human homes, and not all species nest in wood, but instead nest exclusively in soil. Whatever the case, carpenter ants have always been among my top favorite ants to keep as pets, because they're so large in size and are easily observed by the naked eye, are hardy, come in varying sizes, from small minors to huge majors, and can grow into quite impressively sized colonies. I now currently own 3 carpenter ant colonies, and today I'm happy to show them to you, as well as share my great scientifically important plans for them. You guys will love these truly stunning colonies of mine that I haven't yet made a dedicated video on. So, gather round and let's marvel at the splendor of my awesome carpenter ant colonies, and go over the groundbreaking plan I have for them next, here on the Ants Canada Ant Channel. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Welcome to the AC family. Enjoy. AC family, before I show you these gorgeous girls, I must say that what I have planned for them might be a bit controversial, and you will see what I mean at the end of the video. But trust me on this, I have a great feeling the outcome of my secret and epic scientific plans will truly be valuable to the world of myrmecology and to further ant discovery on the channel. So do keep on watching until the end for the epic reveal. It also has to do with hitting 5 million subscribers, which we are inching so much closer to. Anyway, so as mentioned, I have 3 carpenter ant colonies, all of which were raised in test tubes from pregnant queen ants captured from my yard during their nuptial flights earlier this year. I don't actually know the exact species of them yet, so for now, I'll refer to them by their color. AC family, behold my first carpenter ant colony, my yellow carpenter ants. Aren't they just precious? I call them yellow, but they're actually a stunning mix of yellows, oranges, and reddish browns. The colony is very active, and look, there is the royal queen herself, the primary egg layer of the colony. Like in most other ant species, she is larger than other members of the colony. However, in the future, once she starts producing super major workers, they'll be almost as big as her. The workers are diligent at caring for the various brood, larvae, cocoons, and eggs. And my, what an impressive and promising brood pile this colony has going. The colony is residing in an ant founding setup, consisting of an AC test tube attached to an AC test tube portal from antscanada.com. I love raising carpenter ants in this starter setup because it keeps the colonies comfortable, safe, and secure in this very critical developmental stage. This colony is at about 22 workers now, but they're about to greatly add to their numbers over the next few weeks. Looking into their AC test tube portal, the first thing I notice is pretty gross, but normal for ants. What you're looking at here is ant poop. This is the colony's bathroom site, and it's time to play janitor and clean up this mess. Let's do it now. It's important the colony has a designated area to go to the bathroom, because this could foul up and endanger the colony. Ants need to be as clean and systematic as possible when it comes to waste, in order to ensure the health of the colony. Pooping outside of the nest ensures the colony's good hygiene and safety. Normally in nature, other detritivorous creatures would go in and eat this poop. But in a setup like this, I go in once a week and wipe it all up. I also go in and clean up all leftover food scraps the ants dump into this test tube portal, all before leaving them some fresh food, in this case, some honey, to relish when they're ready. This yellow carpenter ant colony is healthy, doing well, and is definitely one of my favorite young colonies in the ant room. I can't wait to share with you guys my plans for them later. Let me know in the comments what you guys think we should name them. Next, here I have a black carpenter ant colony. check them out. My camera lights are spooking them out, so it seems they're shifting over to the other end of the test tube, and even attempting to move some brood into the AC test tube portal. Nope. Bad idea. Too close to the garbage. The workers retract and move the cocoon back into the nest area with the rest of the colony. Now, this colony always made it hard for me to clean up the AC test tube portal, which probably means they should be moved into a bigger setup very soon. I haven't done that yet, partly because I've been saving them for the great scientific and controversial plans I'll be sharing with you later. You guys will see what I mean. Anyway, I'll fatten them up with some honey drops when they're ready to feed, so less workers enter the AC test tube portal, and I'll clean up then. But guys, check out the black carpenter ant colony. Aren't they just stunning? Huge brood pile and a massive queen. The workers have been so diligent, working tirelessly around the clock, caring for all the brood. Now I have something really cool to share about this black carpenter ant colony. But before I get to that, I want to show you an even bigger black carpenter ant colony that I'm also caring for. Behold, the Big Mama and her minions. This colony of black carpenter ants is the biggest under my care, with almost 30 or 40 workers, and the colony is growing larger by the day. In fact, the colony had grown so big that I had to detach them from their test tube portal and simply house them inside a large container, which acts as their outworld, where I place the colony's food and where the ants can poop and deposit their trash. But I think the secret to this colony's success is this. Look. The queen's gaster is just about to explode with eggs. It's a condition known as physogastry, and it's caused by the queen's gaster producing and filling up with a huge amount of eggs. She's essentially now an egg-laying super factory. I don't know what causes a queen to be physogastric, because my other two carpenter ant queens have yet to achieve this state. But I have always suspected that when a queen goes physogastric like this, it's because during her nuptial flight, she managed to mate with a lot of males, and thereby had an extra storage of sperm to expel. One thing I did learn from my experience with physogastric queen ants is that this physogastry comes in seasons, and there are times when the queen's body deflates to normal size, to give her body a bit of a break from the extreme egg production. I also know that not all queen ants undergo physogastry, and that you kinda have to be lucky to find a queen that experiences this. Anyway, as mentioned, there's something special about these two black carpenter ant colonies that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so do you guys remember the 7 colonies 1 arena video? Where I did an experiment to mix several black carpenter ant colonies together. Well, that experiment was a total disaster, and if you haven't seen the video yet, be sure to check it out after watching this video. Anyway, I ended up releasing the old carpenter ant colonies into the forest in my yard in attempts to increase the native ant biodiversity in our forest. So what's really cool is, these 2 queens that I caught this year just might possibly be direct descendants of those black carpenter ant colonies I released into the forest almost 2 years ago. Cool, right? But speaking of mixing carpenter ant colonies, this brings me now to my great scientific plans for these carpenter ant colonies. Now, AC family, please hear me out before reacting, because this is something I've been planning and thinking about for months. So it's a golden rule in ant keeping that one should never mix ant colonies together in a single setup, as this would for sure end in the 2 colonies going to war, which is pretty much tantamount to cockfighting, in my opinion. My experiment a couple years back, where I tried to combine 7 carpenter ant colonies into one in a systematic and controlled way, didn't work out, and luckily I was able to stop the experiment before it got bad. But there is an exception to the golden ant-keeping rule of mixing ant colonies. Now, AC family, after much careful thought, I have come up with some pretty crazy plans that I have never yet attempted on the channel. But with us approaching 5 million subs now, which by the way, please subscribe to the channel to help us achieve that 5M subs milestone, I felt it was time to attempt one of the greatest projects I've never ever before done. AC family, I do plan on mixing at least 1, 2, or all of these Carpenter Ant Colonies together, along with other ant colonies of mine, into one big setup. And when I say big, I mean super big. The biggest ant enclosure I've ever created in my life. To celebrate us reaching 5 million subscribers, I plan to create, starting next week, a massive ecosystem tank. Check out my plans, guys. Hope you can subscribe to the channel as we upload every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video to help us keep making more. It's Ant Love forever.